Well, looky who's here.
Hello.
What's going on, Frankmeisters? Been a minute. Sorry, guys, but
Hey,
everybody's.
everybody.
Hi, Kristen. How are you? Frosty?
I'm good. How are you?
Much better than I have been. I can tell you that.
Man,
Well,
what a
Sounds
today,
so
huh?
much better.
Yeah. You just don't. You can't imagine tooth pain. It goes into your ear, then it goes into your sinus.
Oh,
Oh,
that's brutal.
Oh man. I mean, you talk about a grown man cry. And I finally got to the dentist last week, and they said you got an infection in your jaw, which I already knew because I was already on antibiotics for it. So she went ahead and pulled the 4 teeth that were causing the infection and put me on another antibiotic, and I feel 100% better. 100% better.
I'm really glad to hear that because I know you were really feeling crappy.
How is your new knee doing?
It's doing really good. I hit the gym for the first time yesterday.
Oh, awesome.
And man, let me tell you, I mean, 5 weeks out, and I had the best day. I went to the gym yesterday morning. Then I went to a festival. When you called me yesterday morning, I was at a festival in this little town of 300 people, and there was no cell service.
That's like, what it was. I was like, man, she keeps hanging up on me. What is going on here?
I'm like, no. But yeah, and I did a lot of walking, and I was great.
Well, good. I'm glad that you're healing pretty quick. What's going on with you, Frosty? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, just my weekend started today. I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I caught the end of the race. Man, what a finish that was!
Oh, great race! That was a good race. I honestly turned it on to watch Kyle Larson from NASCAR. He was a rookie in the race this year, and he was going to do a double, the 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, but he's only going to be able to go there and finish the race now. So because there was such a delay here,
Pacers have been kind of sucking, so I've been kind of quiet about that. But
oh yeah, we won't talk about that or the Cubs right now. So. But let's give a shout out to some people in the chat that wanted to hang out tonight.
No.
Don't even go there. She called me the other day about that.
I was stunned last night. I couldn't believe last night, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I mean, I can tell you what, they looked damn good for not having Halliburton play.
They did, but that's Ruckus is ass as a Celtics fan. If we get swept, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Right. Miss Kitty's in the house. Miranda Lee.
I knew that I loved Ruckus for good reason.
We got Renee's in the house. Melissa Wildcard. Troll Shovel. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Troll Shovel.
Rescue. 6-3 Clocks. Jinx.
Oh, Troll Shovel, I'm really sorry to hear about your mom. I hope things are not too bad, and I'm really sorry to hear about your grandma.
Miss Croft, it's good to see you. Miss Deb's True Crime Notebook. Her parents were in town this week, so she's been spending a lot of time with family. Mary Margaret. Beth Gonzalez. Miranda Lee. 2-month member. Keep going, girl. Let's see who else we got in. The Red Queen. A lot of repeat names so far. There's Coach Kev. Hey, guys, this is an open panel tonight. And if anybody's got any bitching or moaning, complaining, or anything they need to talk about, you're more than welcome to come up. I will put the link in the chat one more time. So I figured we'd do that tonight. Get some bitching out, get some complaining out.
Oh, I love it.
Whatever you got to do. This is the channel to do it because I've been sitting back and watching some crazy ass shit going on here the last week and stuff, and people are calling me about it, and I wanted to address it, but at the time with the infection I had and everything, there was no way I could have gone live. I would have been really agitated, and it would not have been a good.
Oh yeah, you were. Oh yeah, you're in the Discord. You were going off.
Right. Give me a second, guys, and I'll put the link in the chat one more time.
There's only so much crazy you can stand. Don't you
Oh,
agree,
dude.
Frosty?
It's
I had to
ridiculous,
snap at it.
man.
I had to snap at it the other day. I did a video.
Mustang, Wanda, Lynn, Rosescheid, Brandon, Pam Hurst, Cindy.
Stay safe out there, Coach Kev. I hear you got storms too. Everybody that's in Indiana,
Yeah,
Indianapolis and South, keep your
So
heads
crazy.
up
So
because the
crazy.
storms are coming crazy from Southern Illinois. They are coming.
It's
V.
so bad.
Marie,
It's really bad tonight.
Heather Marie. That's a new one. Phil Bond. Man, they got some great. She got a great ice cream stand up there in Peru. Her family does.
Yeah,
My
I had it
goodness.
last year. Really
Yeah,
good.
we were there. Remember?
Yeah. That was so good.
I had the great big old strawberry shake.
I can't remember what I had. I just remember it was really good.
Hey,
Karen
Deb.
G,
Good to see you again.
Hi, Deb.
Little One, Mo Show Me, Gail Hurd. And by the way, Gail Hurd is being a generous subscriber and member. She has taken out of her own pocket to supply me, Kristen, and Jinx with new walking sticks. Every time we go to the walks, we'll have a walking stick. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm so excited.
And we'll be matching Randy now.
That's right.
Yeah, don't piss them off. Yeah, those walking sticks, especially Randy's. Randy's looks like he'd kick somebody's ass with it.
You got to have a stick. You got to have a big stick.
I won't say nothing. Justice Angel. I plead the fifth on that one. True crime housewife. And looks like we caught up. All right, let me go ahead and put this link in here one more time for the peoples.
Yeah, I got about an hour and a half before I get nuked with the storms coming in from Southern Illinois. It's coming right toward Bloomington. So,
well, you be careful.
All right,
Make
there's
sure you
the
get
link.
your safe spot.
If anybody wants to join, I know you're out there, Troll Shovel. I know Jinx would probably want to come up here after the shit that went on last week with her.
Oh, dude.
That's some nutty ass shit that went on. All right. Well, let's get to the story that happened yesterday. The big news that allegedly took place.
The breaking news?
The fake news?
The fake news?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I had a family member reach out to me early. It's like, have you heard anything on this? And I was like, I heard about it, but I'm making some calls as we speak to figure out what the hell's going on. So I made some calls, and then you called me. What was it, about 6 or 7 o'clock last night, Kristen?
Yeah.
And me and you had already discussed it. We was like, there is no damn way. There's too many eyes on him there.
They watch him too closely. That's why he's under the safekeeping order.
Yeah.
They're not going to let that happen.
And then I started arguing with some people on Facebook. I said, look, common sense tells you if it came from an inmate to an outsider, it's about money.
Yeah.
It's about money. If you guys don't believe what I'm saying to you, go back to the Keegan Klein situation with all the females that were paying him. They were trying to get information out of him.
Yep.
Prime example. But no, you guys didn't want to listen to me. And what happens a couple hours later? Found out it was fake. And then it comes out again today it was fake.
Hey, charismatically.
There you
are.
Man, now he's going to hound me about Boston because my Pacers beat his Knicks. Knocked him out of the playoffs.
Yeah, the Knicks suck.
Hey,
uh-oh, there's Troll Shovel. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, Troll Shovel?
What's up, Troll Shovel?
Not much.
Delphi Dummy's in the chat now, too.
Oh, Lord. We got the Roddy crowd coming in.
Yeah, we
tonight.
got the heathens in the crowd tonight, eh?
Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, I mean, When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Now, who's starting this damn rumor? Because, like I just said, and Kristen just said, there is no damn way with all the eyes on him there.
In
he
the
wouldn't
rec
have-
yard, at least make it
they're
believable.
probably basically holding his wee wee while he goes pee when he goes to
Basically,
pee.
yeah. What the hell?
You know what I mean?
They said he tried to do it in the rec yard or something. At least
Yeah, I mean,
make it
come on.
believable. Come on.
Yeah, somebody said his head was stuck in the basketball hoop.
And then all of a sudden a picture comes out today. And I said, really? Because I kept getting requests to approve it to post to Facebook groups. And I was like, no, I'm not putting that shit out there. I said, you're just giving more ammunition to all these idiots, all these fools out here for clicks and all that crap. And like we just talked about behind stage, a real popular creator went live with it, not vetting it first. And look what happened.
It was ridiculous. I was surprised when I saw him live.
That's wild.
I just was like, because he doesn't usually buy into that stuff. So I was like, please don't give this any air.
Oh no!
He
See,
sure
like we said, we were talking backstage. Kristen, Marv, myself, Sonny, Randy, all of us went live over that shit with Tony Klein.
Oh God!
Prime example. Another prime example. Don't go live with something until you vet it out. Yep. And that's what I went in this Discord yesterday. I said, see, this is the prime shit I was talking about. They're not vetting anything before they go live with it.
Nope, not at all. And, but some of them don't care. It's like, yeah, just get the views or whatever. But man,
I get it. But you're making a mockery of this case when you're doing that. You know?
Agreed.
It's sad because it's like, again, it goes back to the girls aren't the forefront of their mind. The families aren't in the forefront of their mind. They're not thinking about their actions and what they're doing. It's just like, it's just like Frankmeister. It's just like Frank just said, he got a call yesterday from a family member who heard this rumor and was very, very concerned and upset. Can you imagine? I mean, I say that every time we're live. Can you imagine? No, we can't imagine. We can't unless we've been in their shoes. But I'm just saying.
Oh God.
If it upsets us and makes us feel ticked off or upset, you can only imagine.
I mean, I got a phone call from Becky last week. What the shit to defense? She's throwing a fit. She is literally throwing a fit, and I had to try to talk her down a little bit. I said, look, Becky, you got to understand, this is what they're going to do to try to delay the inevitable for Richard Allen. I said, I understand your frustration. She said, do you know any attorneys? I said, it's not going to do you any good, Becky. While this case is going on right now, there's nothing you can do besides sit back and wait and see what happens.
But the problem, Vicus V3, is that they went live with a rumor. Rumor that is so sensational.
Yep.
They should never have done that. You have to have ethics in your reporting on true crime cases. Yep. And I'm sorry, but that did not even come close. You vet it first before you ever go through with something that's that sensational.
I mean, me and True Crime Notebook, me and her have had many conversations over things that have arisen in this case. And we've always decided, do not go live with anything unless we can vet it out.
Yep.
Many a times we've had that discussion. And I've learned a lot. I mean, I've learned a lot since that situation with Tony Klein. Believe me if you want, but I have.
Me
and
too.
That's why I don't go live a whole lot.
Thank God for Deb. She pulled me out of the delps of a hole that day when she finally told me, trust me, I have somebody who's got eyes on him. He's not been arrested.
Right.
I trust her beyond trust her. So, I mean, I was like, okay, I'll be done with this.
And to make the long story short here, before anybody in the chat, anybody that's watching, before you go blowing up a story, make sure you vet it out first. Because in the long run, then you're going to look
That's what's important. Yeah, people will remember that shit.
Because you got to remember, you're still part of this community.
Yep.
When one person does it, it affects the rest of us.
Yep.
You know, and I don't like coming here on bitching, but here lately, there's just too much crazy shit going on. And I'm just like, the
Lots
hell,
of
man.
crazy.
You know, I mean, Jinx had a situation this week to where she ended up having to go file a damn protective order.
That's insane.
I mean, that's
It's
ridiculous.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Don't even get me started on that shit. Oh my god.
You know, and I'm just like, Noe, sorry, I'm calling your ass out right now. You just need to go away. And if
He really
you're-
does, dude.
If you're watching my show, you're more than welcome to come up here on this panel because I'll put you in your fucking place, dude.
I'm not cool with him fucking driving to people's towns. Fucking try that shit, dude. Fucking. Oh, dude. I'm not even. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stop.
I invite you to come up here because I got something for you.
Gonna end up doing that to the wrong one, dude.
What was it that we were just talking about earlier? And I don't want this. I know this is going to come out wrong when I say this. People are going to jump down my throat, which is fine. I don't care. But we were just talking about listening to inmates,
Right.
and their stories and what they're saying and whatever. And I'm sorry, why is he in this case? Why? What got him here?
He was in jail because he's a fucking criminal.
Does everybody remember why he's here? So why? You know, I mean, good God.
Randy,
This
you're
is
being
the kind
awful
of
quiet over
crazy-
there.
Randy, I forgot you were here.
This is the.
You forgot
Sorry,
the troll
Randy.
dude here? Okay.
I was.
We were waiting on you to cut in, bro.
Well, I'm just waiting. Everybody else is going like, all right.
Hey, this is
Randy,
a bid session,
Are
man.
you gonna? Are you? I might. Do I get to give you a hug?
Yeah.
I need one of your bear hugs, Randy.
Oh, okay. You can get it. Yeah, sure, no problem. Have we ever figured out who sent us our little gift the other night?
Yeah,
And-
yeah, yeah. I knew it was
What gift?
at
You
the
remember
dinner
the gift?
they had.
Oh yeah, we figured that one out.
He was messing with it. It was Ruckus.
It was Ruckus.
Oh God.
That was funny. That was funny. Oh.
That was
The
hilarious.
rescue says that her husband's going to call in to find out when it's ever going to be over.
Randy, was that the dinner with Aspen?
Well, Aspen didn't come.
Okay.
Yeah, Aspen wasn't able to make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just me, Orisco Dogs, Phil Bond, Frosty, and Indie Archive.
Damn, Phil drove all the way from there
Yeah.
to Whitestown. Whoa,
Wow.
that's a long drive.
Well, I got invited and I would have come, but I can't drive that far yet.
Well, there was no. I was supposed to go, and I canceled that early that afternoon because of my mouth, and I was like, "There's no way," because I'll be irritable. If somebody fucks up in a restaurant somewhere, I'm liable to say something to a waiter
Gail
or
heard
something.
what an awesome song. I love that song. You just dated yourself.
You'll get your rate.
What
I
song,
hope-
man?
She goes, I hope not, but RA's trial will be in the year 2525 if man is still
no.
The
alive.
problem is, it's his lawyers who's keeping him in prison this long.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah,
their
for
fault.
sure.
It is. Their lawyers are so crazy. Oh my god, I can't. The people just eat up their bullshit.
Good to
Right?
see you, Marv. Marv's in the
Yeah,
house.
Brandon.
Marv
it's
is in the house. Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Brandon. I'm the troll shovel.
I don't think there was any doubt, Randy.
I like the little videos he was doing with the troll,
the
the
troll
shovel,
shovel coffee?
with the shovel. I like that. See, it seems like the wackadoos don't want to come in my chat.
Nah, they know what's gonna happen.
They've
Yeah.
learned their lesson, and thank God.
Gail said she got the sticks yesterday. Just got to box them up and get them out to the post office.
What a
Cool.
nice
Cool.
lady.
Yeah.
What a nice person. I mean, I'm
Can't
just.
wait till all of us, all three of us, have one.
Hey, I'll still have my gun on me. Don't matter what.
Hey, remember, don't say that. They're gonna say you took it into the courthouse.
Oh,
How dumb. How dumb do you have to be to think somebody could get a gun into a courthouse? Come on, stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Marv. when I heard that he went with that, I said, "Oh my God."
I
said we learned our lesson from the Tony Klein situation. I figured he would have learned his lesson too, but
And
apparently
just
not.
because, he says in his live that it's not true, he still gave it airtime, and a lot of airtime. And that's the problem. You don't give airtime to that stuff.
That's just what he does.
Well, the problem is, it's supposed to be, if it was filmed in where he happened to be at that time, it would have been filmed. And they wouldn't let that out if it was filmed.
Deb says, "Yeah, my friend Phil Bond chased Tony Klein down to let him know that he was not arrested, and we cleared that up on live." I remember all that.
Yep.
Coach Kev, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Oh, I don't want to hear it. He's throwing Tyrese Halliburton in our face.
Oh my God, oh dude, it's just bitter. They ain't gonna win 4 in a row. Fuck, man. Sorry, I don't mean to have harsh language, but
It looks like Marv is going to bed. Have a
Yeah.
good night, everyone.
stay safe out there, Marv.
Oh, is it raining up there too?
Probably is.
Cindy makes a good point when you get to it. Said, how do you say her? Kara Weinecke? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Said Kara Weinecke Law put out a statement that inmate statements are not credible, but the defense wants to depose Bastion.
Oh my God. And somebody asked me, how, I don't like bringing his name up anymore, but
He's in the chat. Gray Hughes is in your chat.
Hey, Gray.
Hey, Gray.
Hi, Gray.
I have much respect
Gray.
for you, Gray. I'm
I
not
do
here to
too.
bash you.
Nobody's
just
bashing
saying,
you.
I was very surprised that you went live with that. I really, really was surprised. I think you do a great job with everything. And, I just want you to know that I'm not bashing you. I'm not here saying bad things about you. I was just surprised.
Yeah, I didn't watch, so I agree with the Gray on a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't really know what happened.
And me and Chris had talked about this yesterday. It's not such a big deal, but it was something that was brought up.
What was he doing, Gray, with the basketball hoop? Yeah, how did he get up there?
Did you see the picture?
No.
What picture?
You didn't see the picture?
Is there a picture?
Yeah.
What picture?
Yeah, there's a picture.
The basketball hoop probably must have been short enough for him to do something.
Hold on, let me get this sucker real quick, man. Hold on.
What picture?
Hold on.
Shoot the ball into
Are you shitting me? You guys ain't seen the picture that. Hold on.
God, I'm out of the loop.
Hold on. Oh, but
Somebody
I did want to
maybe
bring
the
this.
Odinist guards were using him as a basketball.
All right. Give me a second. Send it to my email.
$36 for 50 of them?
All right. Give me a second here. Doo-doo.
Deb says that picture at the basketball hoop was not him. That came from a video of someone who got stuck in a basketball hoop and police had to help get him down.
This shit was funny, man.
Oh my God. Thank you, Rescue. Rescue just sent it to me.
Hey, Gary, how you doing?
Did you get it, Frosty?
Yeah, I got it.
Wait,
Hold
where's
on.
it at?
Hold on. I
was looking for stickers.
Oh, good Lord.
Thomas, I was looking for stickers to put on coffee cups with my trademark.
Somebody put his face on it.
That thinks that they think that's
what the hell happened? I just had it up there.
I saw.
He looks like he just flipped in there.
I don't.
And I said, you got to be kidding me. I said, now there's a damn picture out here roaming around.
Bullshit.
Gray said he was hanging upside down
From his
on a
foot.
basketball goal.
That's not true.
And he
that's a bunch of
said
crap.
non-life threatening, but who knows, from an official.
I don't believe that for a second.
Somebody had to put him up there.
He's 5'5". How the hell would he get up there?
Somebody
Yeah, it
would
was
have
like,
to put him
and
up
he
there.
didn't climb.
Did he climb?
He's not going to shimmy up a pole. I'm sorry. I just
Somebody
don't,
put him up there. Must have
I
been
don't-
hard.
I don't see that happening, you guys.
No way.
But that's just me. That's just me. I'm like, you know.
There
Why
is
would
something that was never vetted 2 years a year ago. 2 years
Rich
ago.
guy can jump.
No, when everybody was asking if Richard Allen knew who Ron Logan was. Or knew Ron Logan. And once again, the family member confirmed for me yesterday that Ron Logan was in the pool league with Richard Allen. And that's all I know. I'm just letting you know they were probably acquaintances through pool league or whatever. And that's all I know as far as that. So I did want to get that in the air so people weren't questioning it again. Because of his property, a lot of people are questioning if Richard Allen knew Ron Logan. So, and I got that confirmed yesterday. Now, let's get to some of these idiots that want to talk shit. Who's talking shit, Randy?
Oh, you got the famous prof.
Oh my God!
He's still.
Are we going there again?
Well, he's still. It's like he's still trying to get money raised for whatever it was. He's supposed to get money raised from that GoFundMe page.
Oh, he was trying to raise money for an attorney. Is that what it was?
I think so.
For what?
Because
he started the shit a year ago, and now it's coming back and biting him in the ass, and now he's offended.
Well, there's
now that is what is it? His brother? Or is it
a son?
Was it his son? I don't know if it's a brother or son or who it is.
His brother died, so it has to be his son, who's
in jail right now for CSAM and all that shit.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, his son.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah, is it his son?
His brother died. His son's in jail.
There's something coming out about who was the person that said they were doing something on it in a few days. I don't know who it was, but it's either Marv or somebody. But there's something coming about that. I don't know.
They're waiting on documents. I know that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other question is it for him or for his son? He's raising money. He just twists the words around on GoFundMe to say.
Well, it's apparent that the dude don't have a job because all he does is sit at that computer all damn day long.
He doesn't even subscribe to me, and he sees my community post within 2 minutes because he did a screenshot. He's like, look what Tommy posted. It was 2 minutes ago, but he's not subscribed.
You know, and it's just like Pitbull putting that post out on his community page. Hey, Frosty, Frank, I'm in town. Where you at?
He's a bitch. Fuck him. Sorry, I'm
Gray just said he doesn't care if anyone believes what he's saying. All he knows is an actual person who would get to know, aka an official told him what he wrote above. Something happened in that prison.
Yeah, I won't deny it. Maybe something did happen.
Yeah,
I'm
not denying something happened, but yeah. I think it probably went way over the top.
Like I know there was an incident early on with Richard Allen, and like way early on, and I know since then he's been under 24/7. But I can't. Whoever's spreading that he hung himself upside down on a basketball hoop. Be real.
Yeah.
Be real. At least make it believable.
I mean, he's, if he is suicidal, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, not at all.
I mean,
absolutely,
I
wouldn't
would be
surprise
too.
me at all.
If I was guilty, I'd be suicidal too.
Exactly.
I mean, he's showing signs of guilt. There's no doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, it's getting to him. It's getting to him all. But the problem is, again, it's his lawyers he's listening to. He would have been out by now. It's his lawyers that keep him in there.
Well, I have been preaching this for the last 2 or 3 weeks. This defense, all they're trying to do is delay the trial date in October by filing all this bullshit to get the judge to change the trial date again. And if that happens, Richard Allen will, by law, be granted a bond hearing. This is all they're trying to do, in my opinion.
Well, because they were waiting that extra day comes to November 15th, but I think that's what they were trying to do.
Well, if the trial gets set the 26th or after, he's been in 2 years, and by Indiana law, if you're in jail for 2 years and have not been into trial yet, they have to give you a bond hearing. And this is what I believe the defense is trying to do.
And but the problem is, no bond company's going to bond them out.
It's not the bond company. It's just a percentage of what the bond is. If it's a $2 million bond, it's a $200,000 bond to get out.
Well,
and she just sold the house for what, $300,000 or whatever it was.
Well, at the beginning of this whole entire case, a lot of bond people said they're not going to touch Richard Allen because of his risk.
Yeah. You know, and like Kristen's always said, if you want him to stay at your house, go right ahead.
Yep. If you want Richard Allen released from jail, have at it. Go pay his bond, take him home, rub his feet, give him a
I don't
hot
care.
meal,
Yeah, as long as
and let him babysit your kids. I'm sorry.
I don't care where he's housed at, but not out on the street.
Yep.
I really don't care.
Same. I don't care either, as long as he's incarcerated.
That's exactly right. You treat him just like any other inmate. And
I guarantee you, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't get bombed.
Gray says the guy in the upper right hand he sounds certain but has no clue. Gray, I know there was an incident early on. You don't give a shit about it, but if you give me confirmation that this happened, I'll correct. But I refuse to believe that he ended up in a basketball hoop. I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that doesn't even look like Richard Allen in that photo.
No, that's photoshopped.
Okay, yeah. First of all, prisoner 57, Gray Hughes doesn't have anything to fear from this panel.
No, I don't hate Gray.
This panel respects Gray Hughes. We respect the work that Gray Hughes does. So don't bring that in here, please.
Who is that again?
Yeah, Gray. Okay,
prisoner 57.
Gray. Okay, yeah, Gray. You agree with me then, Gray? I'm saying that picture. I don't. That's all I was saying. I don't believe that picture. Like, I know I say things that people might not agree with, but I'm saying that picture. That's what I was talking about. I refuse to believe that picture is real, or at least associated. It's a real picture, probably, but it's not Richard Allen.
There he is. I don't know who that prisoner 57 is.
Well, they just said they were sorry. They said any panel.
Nobody up here has a problem with Gray.
Nobody up here has a problem with Gray Hughes.
Let me tell you something. Gray Hughes is one of the first original creators on this case.
Gray can be a little harsh, but I don't disagree with him. I don't have a huge problem with him. Like
when it comes to this case and how he's covered it, I respect him.
Yeah.
That's all.
Don't take what I say as disrespect. I mean, like he's been in it way longer than I have. He's done a lot of work, but
oh my God, yeah, for sure, absolutely. And the stuff that he's done recently, to try to bring clarity to some of this stuff. Everybody makes fun of sometimes of his maps and stuff, but the guy knows what he's doing. So
I'm going through the chat.
And that's fine, Miss Bojangles. You can have your opinions. That's all great, but we're just respectful here.
No, I'll never believe he ended up in a basketball hole, because if they've got him segregated away from everybody else, I do not see him out in the yard with anybody. So how in the hell is he going to get up in a basketball hoop?
Yeah.
It makes no damn sense.
I don't know, but yeah.
He's not wearing blue up there either.
What?
The blue pants that the dude had on hanging from the basketball goal.
No, I've never seen him wear blue pants. Ever. I've been to every hearing and not once.
I don't think they give him street clothes to go out in the yard, do you?
No.
And then they say they keep him in a cage when it comes to rec.
Yes. Hey, Tech Death, how are you, my dear?
Outside the grid, Brad's in the house.
Hi, outside the grid. Good to see you again.
I'm reading. Hold on, I got to read Deb here. Frankmeister, if the delay is due to the defense, that won't happen. But if the delay is due to the prosecution, then that law applies. No, what we're not saying that, Gray. That's the photo that came out today. They were trying to make it look like it was
No,
Richard
they
Allen.
were posting that though. It was all over the place, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Because it's what I saw.
That's all I was saying. That's all I was
I didn't see the
about.
picture. I just saw the description that he was upside down in a
hold
basketball
on.
hoop.
Hold on. If you guys want to see this sucker, it's funny as hell. Let me get it up here.
And all I was saying is that when we fuel these rumors by covering them sometimes, to me, that's not what we should be doing. But I just don't want to bring any pain to the families. And, Frankmeister got a phone call from a family member yesterday morning about this, begging to know if it was true or not. So you can only imagine how the family's feeling.
I'm trying to get it up here.
Oh, Grace said one of your mods in here literally followed him on the trails when he went to Delphi like a stalker. Who the hell does that? Yikes. Well, it wasn't me. I guarantee you, because I don't live that close.
Okay, so I can actually speak on that. So it was me and like a group of people, and Jinx was with me. And we were going anyway. Oh, that is not Richard Allen. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
There you go. That's the photo that went around today.
I happened to be driving. So
yeah, that would be somebody stuck him up there.
And it looks like they tied his feet around the hoop.
Wow.
And Richard Allen does not have a tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah, he looks more like close to 6 foot or 6'1".
So there's that.
That's not Richard Allen.
Right. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You guys are putting this crap out there.
That's bullshit.
Geez. I'm like,
yeah, no, never once did I. Yeah, that's what I was talking shit about. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Absolutely agree. So Grace going after Jinx, just so you know.
No, I was gonna say I was there. I drove them up there that day. We just happened to be there. We pulled in like 5
Hey, great, chill out, man.
We pulled in 5 minutes before I didn't even realize it was him. I was up there doing something, and I always pick those guys up. We just walk around it. I just so happened to be there. Had no idea. That was there. We were there for all of 5 minutes. My car was still hot when he pulled, but I didn't. I don't. Whatever. But
hey guys,
it's not that big of a deal.
Let's be respectful.
Really, Bojangles, great. Knock it off. I'm watching this chat.
Stop fighting.
We're not supposed to fight amongst ourselves in here. We're here to bitch about all the bullshit that's been going on.
Yeah, let's not fight amongst ourselves, you guys. That's just not, it doesn't do this case or any of our cases that we cover any good.
Yes, Gray, we already know about that. That's in the past, dude.
Hi, Crime to Sleep. Kishji, how are you?
Guys got to learn to start letting shit go. Start getting along. We're all here for one reason, and how many times I got to do this? How many times do I got to do this?
This is the only reason that we're here. 2 reasons. Abby and Libby. There's no other reason to be here.
Not taking your frustrations out on each other in my channel.
Somebody asked who we were on the panel. I'm Kristen from Kristen Behind the Crime Door.
This is Frosty and the Colts logo, and we got Troll Shovel over here.
I
will not give out his name.
Yeah, I don't even know how people I did the crime scene videos. I guess you could say I walked around, but I'm the guy who walked around with a camera.
Gray, look, dude.
I've met you. I met you, Frosty.
Yeah, I met you a few. Oh, there's a car drive by. I met you a few. Yeah, great.
All right. You two are in timeout. I'm not having you arguing in my damn chat.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
It's
both
the real,
of y'all.
Yeah, it's him. Oh, my God.
It's him who? What?
It's Gray. That's the real Gray. Yeah, that's him. That's the side. I agree with. I agree.
Not
with
doing
Gray
that in
on a
there.
lot. I agree with Gray on a lot, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
only a few channels love the troll
The troll
shovel.
shovel.
And see, he's hiding his face. Randy,
I don't have a camera. I would show my face, but I just got this new computer. I say that.
CJK said that Gray had a legitimate question.
Did he?
do what?
CJK said that Gray had a legitimate question.
These two are going back and forth with each
Oh, I
other.
know.
And that's why I put them in timeout.
Stickers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's Justice Angel? Stick a sucker in your mouth and play nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ZDK, but you know how I don't allow that shit in mine.
No, there's no place for it. And I know that some of the content creators have really thin skin and they take so many things to heart. And I know it's hard when you've got people coming at you. And I'm sure he's got it a lot more than we do.
Who the hell is Derelicts? That looks like Pitbull's face in there.
It's a troll.
That is Pitt's face in there, isn't it?
Yes.
But Frank, you're so mean.
Oh, you ain't seen me.
I got shit to say about him too. Racist ass.
I wish he would come up here because I got one thing to say to his racist ass.
Yeah, the people like Prof and Meow and whoever else. Indiana's a white supremacist, but they got fucking this racist ass dude on their fucking panel.
Who is this guy?
This is for Pitts.
Oh, good God. Sorry.
Drops the N word like nothing. Drops the N word like it's a.
Dude, go put your panties on, dude.
Don't
The N word is a pronoun with that dude. And all these fucking idiots fucking, we think Indiana's full of white supremacists, but we're going to let this racist guy on our panel. And Silky, you did it too, stupid.
Who in the hell is the royal we? That's a new one too. We
I've
got some trolls.
I've seen him in other chats.
Yeah.
Prisoner 57 says it's 4 armed Pitts on the chat. Well, you're gone too, asshole. Bye-bye. Oop. See you later. Like I said, I can always replace you if you're gone. Hey, Phoenix is in here. Man, I ain't seen you since a couple hearings ago.
Yeah, he was in my chat, or we had him on earlier. Or wait, what day was that? I don't remember. We had him on with me and Mark. He was really cool. He was cordial with us, so I always welcome him in.
There are so many seriously emotionally deranged people that are following this case, and it's so sad and sickening.
You know, it just takes me back when little Frank
Bojangles was the one that was attacking Gray, and he was merely defending himself.
Oh, I didn't see.
I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't want it going on in my chat.
I understand.
It's taken away from why we're here.
But yeah, they said that Richard Allen is back on suicide watch. I haven't heard that.
No, but it just takes me back to when another creator was putting out false information and people were paying him, and he wasn't even apologizing for it. I see. I don't agree with that whatsoever. You know, and that once again, Kristen's like I'm like Kristen or whatever. We don't do a whole lot of lives. We only going to do a live when it's pertinent and factual information.
Yep.
Or
absolutely.
For instance, like we're having a get together this evening. You know, just talk about the little things that have been going on throughout the case here the last few weeks or whatever. If anybody's got,
you haven't been here for a few days.
Yeah, you've been down and out. You got knocked out the first 2.
Man, I got back from the dentist that day. I was so high.
You were in Discord saying I'm ready to fight, and you're just like, oh, I'm like Frank, you just got your face ripped off, basically.
I was in Coach
Kev's. He wasn't feeling any pain when he called me.
And then Marv yelled at me because I wanted to go live. She said, no. And I said, damn it, Marv. I said, y'all got me hyped because Coach Kev had a live that night, and he was going off the deep end on some people. And I was like, yeah, let's get it.
They said, where's Ruckus has some...
hey, Mary. How are you? Good to see you, my dear.
Ruckus has some stuff going on with the family. I haven't heard from him today, but
I talked to him this morning,
Did
but
he?
yeah, he's got some stuff that he's dealing
Yeah,
with.
I know the whole thing started today, so we'll see.
Oh, comes June 16th. No surprise. Karina McClarkin's dad might come to the walk.
I got to read up on that.
What's June 16th?
The walk in Kokomo.
Oh, okay.
At 1 p.m. Yeah.
Well, we're about due for another Delphi one too, before the trial gets here.
Monday.
Wow.
I can wait June 6th. I won't be able to go June 6th.
June
Oh, yeah, I
6th.
can. Yeah,
June
I can. It's on
16th?
Sunday.
It's on a Sunday. Yeah. So
Hi, Mary. Good to
Lauren,
see you.
Randy, Lauren Spear's anniversary, the June 3rd anniversary of her disappearance is coming up here in about 8 days. So,
what time is that?
I'm not sure. I don't organize any of that. I know Charlene Spear, her mom, and she's in contact with some people down here. They only had 3 people last year. So
3 people.
yeah,
And that's another thing. Somebody brought it up about Richard Down to try to tie him to Lauren Spear, and I said, "Hold on."
yeah.
Hold on.
I looked at that angle, and it's not there. It's not.
Because they said, well, he lived in Greenwood and worked in Bloomington. I said, hold on. I said, did you guys realize there's a Bloomington, Illinois? And we all know that he did work in Illinois.
Yeah. See, that's close. That would be closer to him than Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, I think.
No, when he
not.
was living here in
No,
Greenwood.
Bloomington.
Oh no. That's right.
No, he lived in some part of Indiana to go to the Bloomington.
Yeah, so I live in
Bloomington,
I work in
Illinois. You
Greenwood.
guys is 45 minutes from me,
It's about
and
a
it's
3 hour.
45 minutes east of me, and I am 3 hours east of Delphi. Straight,
Yeah, I had to drive.
straight 24, route
I had to
24.
drive through Bloomington, Illinois 2 times. Pick up my nephew and take him back.
Bloomington, Indiana to Greenwood's about what, Frank? 40 minutes?
45 minutes.
Gray's back. Gray's
back.
Hi, Gray.
I know, because the Bridgestone tire is higher.
Yeah, you're back, Gray.
Bloomington.
I just don't want that bickering between you guys in my chat.
Let's just all be cool. Be cool.
Let's all agree to respect one another, please.
No, Gray, I'm just saying, dude, you guys were bickering back and forth with each other. I understand that she started it with you, and I know you well enough from the last 3 years. You're not going to bite your tongue, and I just don't want that in my chat. That's all it was.
I think we're for the most part, we are all on the same page here.
We're all on the same team. We're on Team Abby and Libby.
That's the way it's supposed to be, but some people don't seem to think that way.
But
come on.
You have to realize how many criminals with having bad records are on this case on doing video. I'm knowing this is like a lot of these people who have bad records on doing Living Abby, but they're supporting the defense team more than Living Abby and stuff.
I mean, the point of the matter is that you got all these creators that are going after other creators and other subscribers and making it personal, and they're bringing it onto their channel, and they're totally getting away from the purpose of why we're doing this. And it just makes me so upset that you're putting these babies in the back burner because
Greg, come on up. Come on up on the panel.
I don't want to call anybody out by a dirty name.
Dirty name. What's your definition of dirty?
We've been already called out by dirty names from these people.
Well, I mean, we got ladies in here, so I
know.
Keep it to myself.
I know. I would love to have Gray come on.
Because I can.
Oh, I would too. I like talking to him. So
I'll get him up here.
Is he coming? Oh, dude, that'd be so cool.
Hold on, I'm putting the link back in here.
Me and Gray, as far as the case goes, me and Gray basically agree on everything. I just don't agree how he yells at people sometimes. But I haven't been in here that long, so maybe it's just.
There's the link, Gray. If you want to come up, bud, there's the link.
Yeah, come on up and talk with us. I like your opinions anyway. I mean, I like your perspective on things, and I know you don't like the crazies that are around this case.
Yeah, we can all talk about the I mean, we all agree
let's
on
talk
the crazies.
about the crazies.
The crazies, like Prof and four shit. I call them 4 shit stains, but
and the people that think it's okay to, to defend him. I mean,
it's not.
Don't get it. They don't know him.
And see, the bad thing about it is that they're not putting themselves in the shoes of the families or anything, and not trying to get a comprehension or an understanding of what they're having to deal with. Somebody being murdered in your family. I've never had anybody murdered in my family, but I've had close friends that were murdered, and I know what it's like, even though we're not blood, but you know how street people are.
Yeah.
As long as you've known each other for years and years, you're basically brother and sister, but a brother from another mother type thing.
If you talk to 4 pits, you're okay with racism, as I see it.
And it's like, Fig, that's the thing about Fig. Everybody that was coming down on him and talking about things that Fig was doing or whatever is a joke, because Fig's been there. He has been on the other side. I covered his cousin's murder for him. He wanted me to and asked me to. And so I saw what that poor family went through. It took years to get their case into court. And the person who did the crime was mentally deranged. And it was, he speaks volumes of what it's like to be on the other side of this coin. And I just wish people would, when they're out there and they're choosing content to watch, if you want to watch crime drama or whatever this you want to call this that these people put out, that's fine, but stay the hell out of my chats. I mean, right. I just, seriously, because that is not what this is. That is not what true crime is about to me. There are real people that are behind these cases that are hurting.
Oh, Gray's here.
I've lost. I've lost a child.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Sorry for creating the drama, but I don't think I created it. I was just kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I told her you created this, and the way Gray is, he'll bite back. And I said,
Gray, we know that you come out fighting. We know that. It's okay.
Yeah, well, every time I show up on a panel, the trolls that don't like me, for example, I mean, I'm just saying, they think that I covered. Have you guys ever even seen me cover the Flora case? I covered it one time 4 years ago, one time, one night, and they're saying that I covered it over and over and over again, and I deleted the reels, and it's not true. I mean, I covered it one time because people wanted me to cover it, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know the case. I had an opinion. That's it, though. So,
right.
Flora needs a lot.
So I got followed down a. Well, here I want to say this because you've seen it on the video. I was walking down a trail, and there was people. They blocked our way intentionally, and then when we tried to pass, they started yelling at. It was actually the prosecutor, Robert Ives.
Okay.
Yeah,
they thought that I was him.
So
it was ridiculous.
I was with those people. I drove those people there. I had no idea that the time you were going to show up, we were just walking the trail, and then everything else that took it.
But the car was sitting there waiting. There, like people were sitting outside the car waiting.
We were waiting on Porsche guy. Porsche guy is which I think he was. We were waiting on him, and then he showed up, and then we started walking. I don't know. I was with them. I was totally there. I'm in the video, but I had no idea that was going to transpire the way it did.
And then they left before, and then they sat waiting for us to come back again, so she could cuss again. I mean, it was most embarrassing, ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I don't know about that. I was with them, yeah, for sure. But I don't know anything about
immaturity at its best.
It's disgusting. I mean, I'm just there, trying to get the feel of the area for the first time, and I don't need somebody like waiting, and they're waiting around. Like even when we left, they waited for us to come back so she could cuss one more time, and it's like
I was the driver of that incident, but I had no clue that was going to happen. Like I really didn't.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll just drop that part. I just wanted to say
it happened, but like I said, I wasn't participating. I had no clue.
CJK says,
I will tell you that Flora needs our help. We need to do a lot more coverage of Flora.
The Flora case,
it's a mess.
Well, it's not only a mess. It seems like there's more legitimate cover or something being hidden in this case to where it's not getting talked about.
The 911 call,
Yeah.
for example, 60,
You see, you understand what I'm saying, Gray? It's like there's something they don't want out there, so they're trying to keep everything. It's not even close to Delphi. I mean, things are coming out at Delphi, but you ain't getting nothing out of Flora when it comes to documents or anything.
Well, I mean, like have they? I mean, the thing that I remember reading about was that the mother, she just sort of like went somewhere else and didn't really communicate or be interviewed about it or something. I mean, didn't she leave the
That's not
state
true, though.
It's
That's not true.
It's not true.
I mean, she did interview though, right? Because I think Ives said that she did interview and then she left.
She talks to people, yeah.
And she still talks to people.
Yeah.
And the sad thing here is that if you haven't seen the dash cam video from the officers, the two officers that arrived on scene, you need to watch that dash cam video, because I think that would blow you out of the water. I know you'd have tons of questions.
Is it on the internet, or I've never seen it?
We can send it to you.
Somebody's got it.
Kev's got it.
Kev's got it. Yeah, Kev's my favorite Flora content creator. So definitely check his thing out. He has all that.
He's a fireman.
He's a firefighter from PA, from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's a firefighter from Pennsylvania, and I actually met him in Delphi in March when we went for the memorial walk. So he's a great creator.
Yeah, I mean, some people are interested in some cases, and some, not. So, I mean, I'll have to look at it, and if something makes me go, wow, okay, this is interesting for me.
I think you should look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at it once before, but I haven't seen these videos that you're talking about.
I mean, they took those girls out of the house before a medical examiner arrived and laid them on the concrete of the firehouse 500 yards away.
And Indiana has a law that you cannot move the bodies from a crime scene if it's considered a crime scene or.
Well, did they know that they were dead yet, or?
Yes.
Did they from immediately?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they got there and were like, oh, and they tried to bring them out to see if there was anything.
I don't believe that they thought they were dead whenever they got there. I don't know.
Not when they got there, because the girls.
But they pulled them because they were in the upstairs trap, so they pulled them out. I mean, naturally, I feel like
they didn't get them until after they got the fire pretty much under control. The guys that went in didn't reach the girls. The two officers that were originally the ones that went in, the first fireman and the police officer, didn't reach the girls.
Okay. Yeah. See, I know
one of them almost died.
Yeah, Yoder almost died.
Yoder almost died.
Yeah, they had to take him by helicopter, from my understanding.
Wow. Yeah. See, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to the Flora case. I think
he's the one who ran to the firehouse to get gear after he got in the house. When he got to the firehouse, they were just standing around, and you can hear him on the dash cam screaming at them, "Guys, we've got people in the house. What are you doing? Let's move." They were just standing around.
You could see the girls actually being taken out of the house.
I mean, what motive though is there like to do this in this case?
I know, yeah. See, but
there's a lot of different theories.
I've always thought.
I mean, yeah, but there's crazy theories. Like there's people that think Becky Patty, because she did a appraisal on the house. It's like, what a bunch of lunatics.
We agree. No, we agree on that. I think it was a hate crime, possibly, but I don't think Becky Patty had anything to do with it.
Well, I don't. It's not just I don't think she didn't have anything.
Right. No. I know she didn't. It's a county of 5,000 people. Of course, there's going to be crossover.
I think that the homeowner has had other properties destroyed by fire because of
Josh Ayers
money.
Yep.
And I think that could have been a huge thing. And I don't necessarily think that he thought that they wouldn't get out, because people do things like that all the time. But.
But are they 100% certain it was an arson, like it was started by somebody?
Yeah,
100%.
Yes, it has been determined to be an arson. Yes.
They had a private investigator from Michigan come in, and that's what the ruling was.
And there's allegedly accelerants.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dennis Randall said there was accelerants in only one spot, but whenever the private investigator came in, he said there was accelerants all through the back end of the house.
Well, why don't you send me emails on where I can see some of this stuff? Somebody was talking about Wish TV or something. I don't have a way to take notes.
Yeah, they just did an update on it a few weeks ago, didn't they?
I think so, but I'll send Gray what I.
Yeah, they did, because they talked to Gail again.
Yeah,
they had her on the news.
Yeah.
That's why people say, "Oh, Galen did it," but she's talking to people, so.
Right. So let me. You don't mind if I wanted to switch back to the. I mean, why don't you guys send me that stuff? I'll look at it, but I don't have enough to have a conversation. You know.
Right,
Sure.
I mean, I
right.
know you
Yeah, no,
guys.
sure.
But
I
I
don't
was
either.
just-
I'm pretty
I was
dumb.
going to ask. I was going to ask about the. Again, referring back to Richard Allen. The. Let me just show you what this guy, what he sent me, and actually, I have a text message. From somebody who actually would know, the answer. And he said that it was something like he was hanging upside down from a basketball hoop, but no life threatening. But he's back on suicide watch now. And this is what this person just wrote me a while ago. He said, "This is in response I got from the inmate who is near Richard Allen in the cell blocks down from Allen and was asked about how he got the rope. He said he cut it off of his bed sheet. Typically, inmates use the side of the metal door to rip it off or their teeth. He climbed up the basketball hoop as high as he could go before being noticed, tied a rope around his neck and jumped down. This is from not only him, but two other inmates in the same unit." And then it says, "Allen is on suicide watch again. If anything else pops up about him, they can shoot me a message." It said. Then I asked, how do we know he's back on suicide watch? And he said, because I was told by an inmate who is again, close to his cell from him, and multiple guards let him know as well. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You can do whatever you want, you believe it or not, but I actually have a text message from somebody that actually does know the answer, and there is something to do with a basketball hoop. So, if you kind of combine it all together with people that have, connections inside, I think there was something that went on. Now, whether or not it was somebody, he tried to kill himself or not, I don't know. But I bet you he did climb up on a basketball hoop and do something.
Crime to
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah.
Crime to sleep says the Odinist shot him as a 3-point shot.
Yeah, probably.
I have
those damn Odinists are everywhere, man.
Well, if he's on suicide watch again, his outfit changes to red instead of
Orange.
orange.
I find it hard to believe. I don't know. I just do. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's it sounds kind of weird and everything.
It sounds
but,
absolutely ridiculous.
But if you knew, let's say you knew an investigator in the actual case, right? And they sent you a text message that actually literally said, "Here, I'll read it to you. I won't say who sent it, but
of course,
tell you what it says. I heard he was hanging upside down from a basketball goal. Climb up, non-life threatening, but who knows?"
I'll laugh about it.
My
If
God.
if it's true, I'll laugh about it because I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, right? But that's actually literally, and that was the one before that, though, was I asked, "Is there any truth to it?" And the person said, "No, rumor is what I heard." Then, without being prompted, later responded back with that other one I just read, meaning they actually, after it was already, that was a rumor I heard. Oh, wow, maybe it wasn't because they updated me. Like, they didn't have to do that, right? Like, why did they give me, more information later?
If you're getting it from an actual person, a law enforcement person or something like that, then that's got a lot more weight than just.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
From some, what did Frankmeister call him? Another convict or whatever,
Yeah, I mean, who knows what he was doing? I don't know if there's an event happened. Let's put it that way. In that it's not some. There's two different people. Like the lady that came on my show yesterday, she has a source in there, and another person has a different source in the same prison who both said the same thing. I mean, that's pretty compelling just at that level. Then I know that message.
Yeah, I've got a sub that knows somebody down there in Wabash too, but she never got with me because the person she knows is in there for murder for life. And she usually lets me know if you censor anything. And so,
yeah, well, we'll see, I guess. But well, anyways, you got any Delphi stuff you want?
It'll be interesting to see what happens this week with what Judge Francis Gull does with this recusing herself.
I would suspect that she's probably going to rule on it sometime this week or maybe the following week at that, Because honestly, I don't think she wants to delay this case any further.
Oh, I don't think she does either. That's why she wanted the case to go ahead and go forward.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they were so ready. Oh my God! On what was it, May 7th or May 8th? They're like, yeah, let's get. Or Nick McClellan's like, let's go, let's get. And then Rosie's like, oh, I need 15 days. But then, if you guys go watch Turbo Time, she had an interview. She had an interview with Librado, and he's like, I could try that case in 5 to 7 days.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, that's why she said, it's like, hey, I don't need those extra days.
You don't need 15 days. If you're the defense, you don't need the burden of proof is on the prosecution, not the defense. You don't need 15 days. I don't care who you are. You do not need 15 days.
That should be an indication to everybody right there what's really going on with the defense team. And
I think they know Richard Allen's guilt. They know.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I believe that also. And like
just I told you guys, my best friend's husband's a judge, and he has followed this case with me. I've given him all the stuff to read, and he told me, this is exactly what attorneys do. They have to come up with something when they don't have anything. So that's why he believes they're onto the Odinism, and they can't let go of it now because they put it out there. So they can't change that.
What they're doing is just trying to create a nexus to get into the trial, to where they can legitimately get one of these factual or these fractions into the case, like the Odin.
Well, he thinks it'll be really interesting if the Odinist claim theory, whatever you want to call it, is even admissible.
Yeah, there's no way. They don't have anything. That whole thing that just came out, when they were arguing about the Odinist thing, it took me a second reading of it to realize that the arguments make sense if you look up the laws and everything, if it's related to Richard Allen's case. Like, wow, they lost evidence related to his case and now they can't retrieve it. But it has nothing to do with that. It's a third party about people they investigated early on that they claim were suspects, but I bet you they were just people of interest.
Exactly.
People of interest. They were looking into them. They ruled them all out, despite some of the stuff that is claimed in the Click thing where it said, hey, if you find spit on them, I have a good explanation for that. Who the hell knows if that was even said? But even if it was said, what would be the reason law enforcement wouldn't take something like that and go, oh my God, we got the guy. We got him.
Right.
Oh, because we have video. Because he's at work. We have a videotape of him at work during the murders, right?
I mean, it's a prime example how they were trying to use this geofencing and all that kind of crap to say that there was a lot more people out at the crime scene. There was cell phone pings within 60 yards of the girls, and I'm like, no, dude.
Yeah.
If you read some of the text that they were using, there's key words that people aren't looking at. It appears. What does appear?
Right,
mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's telling me that you actually know what the hell you're talking about unless you have an expert try to explain it to you, and you didn't have that. So, and
hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Deb sent you some pictures that you need to bring up. You need to pull up.
Hey, Mel, how you doing?
Uh-oh. Who? Mel? Is she in here?
Yeah, Mel.
Pictures of what?
Hey, what's
they're of Wabash, I think.
They're of the yard and the cage that Richard Allen is held in when he goes outside for rec.
Yeah, I think it's just one cage by himself, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what don't make no sense. How can he get in under the yard with the basketball courts? That's what's confusing.
Well, maybe there is like one hoop in one by himself, so they can shoot hoops or something.
What they say it's you can. See
it is Indiana.
Four. You can see four.
That's the home of basketball over there. For
that.
Larry Bird, geez.
Hoosier.
Yeah, not recently. Indiana Hoosiers are not great at basketball. They didn't even make the tournament.
No,
I just mean Larry Larry
Bird. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Larry Bird's one of the, I'd say, top 3 or 4 players ever to play the game.
And Larry Bird was a Celtic, mind you.
Shut up.
Don't even go there.
Nobody cares.
Yes, they do.
No, I don't care. Nobody cares.
All right, let me download
he grew up in French Lick, Indiana, where the casino is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's got a mansion there.
I was just going to say, I think he still lives there.
I don't think he's ever there.
No, he lives in Florida, but he still has the mansion.
Yeah, the mansion's still there. It's always empty, though.
Hey, Steffa, how you doing?
Hey, Steffa, good to see you, my dear.
Oh, my God, where's she been?
See,
away from the crazy.
I'm not like I like my two favorite NBA teams are the Pacers and the Timberwolves. So the Timberwolves are still good, but the Pacers are I won't talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I just, like I said, I mean, I said it before. I said it today on Tom Webster's Live. The defense is doing exactly what defenses do.
Sure.
They throw everything but the kitchen sink at the case to try to get whatever they can to stick, try to get whatever they can suppressed, to try to get whatever they can thrown out, whatever. Sure. And that's what these guys are doing. But she's not going to let them get away with everything.
You know that one attorney that was on Court TV, the bald-headed guy?
Yeah, Librado.
The temporary attorney or whatever.
Yeah, Librado.
It was funny because both of his attorneys have heard him, because one before they even got on there said, "Oh man, that ejection marks, those are really damning," and then Librado said it was amazing because you know how the defense team wants you to believe he was there from 12 to 1:30 because he said it in the. Librado said, accidentally probably, yeah. Well, there's it's confirmed that he was there, during the crime, 1:30. It's like, oops,
the Harvest Store video.
He forgot to go with the new narrative that it was 12 to 1:30,
right?
Because that's outside of the crime time,
All right, here's a photo of Wabash, and this looks like Gin Pop yard right here because they're all open courts and stuff like that.
Hell, they had more basketball goals than I did in school. What are they crying about?
Yeah, that looks like Gin Pop.
That
looks like Gin Pop there.
When somebody says basketball goals, you got to kind of wonder,
Yeah.
Hey,
it's hoops.
Basketball
It's a hoop. It's not a goal.
Yeah,
dude,
that's soccer.
Okay, whatever. Hey, you guys are making fun of me. You guys are making fun of me. I'm gonna leave the panel. You're making fun of me.
It's okay, Frosty.
Frosty.
I've always called it. That's just what I've always called it. You're making fun of me. That's not nice. It's whatever you want to call it. Basketball court. Yeah. Court, whatever.
Hold on, I'm presenting another one.
Court, hoop, goal. I don't give a damn.
This is an aerial view of Wabash and their rec yard looks like Gin Pop to me. But this one up here looks like it's fenced in.
That's where Rich Allen would go.
That probably, yeah.
That's
probably.
the cage.
And
that looks like it's fenced in right there.
Yeah, and it's got hoops in it.
Yep, it definitely
four of
does.
them. Looks like there's 4 individual ones for 4 different people to do.
What how the height it is on that fence?
And here's one more.
Yeah, it's pretty big when I drive by.
Not that one.
Oh, Randy, you drove by there not that long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, went down to Vincennes, Indiana. You can't miss it.
Oh no, Ron Logan's in chat. I'm not gonna.
Oh, good Lord.
Hey, Ron.
God. Had a great time at the hog roast. Someone left a cooler. Just swing by the farm and get it. Sheep for sale soon.
You selling sheep still, Ron?
He's always selling something.
And this is the outdoors, and here's the hoops.
Yeah, he would have to really jump.
And that's Ron Logan in the blue shorts.
That does look like Richard Allen there with the hat on there. Look at that.
Really jump to that hoop and be upside down.
And yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anything for clicks and money, like I've been saying.
Craziness.
Ashley Schaefer is in chat. Hello, Ashley.
My goodness. Y'all ain't got nothing to do tonight? Apparently not.
I know.
Thank you for coming out. Hell, I didn't do.
Gray's a huge draw. They all like to come see Gray when he's on other people's shows.
I think, yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? But they don't show up to my show. Yeah.
I show up to your show.
I think you pay somebody.
Hey, CJK, that sounds like a line from the prof. Ron Logan's back from witness protection in Florida.
Oh my God, that guy's a nut job.
That's probably.
Gray, have you ever seen the prof guy? It says,
is this where Support with Steph has been all these years? Man, she used to be over on my channel. Jeez. Yeah.
She ain't been around in a while. That's the first time she's been in my chat in months.
I haven't seen her for a couple months.
She's been busy. She hasn't come to the walks here lately either because she.
Yeah, she's the only one I've ever really met. So.
Yeah, she came to that walk one time because Ron ask her what's going
I forgot
on.
to tell y'all, me and Steph have been having secret behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Steph said, Gray, Steffa says, I've called into your show and I am a freak.
Well, I know. I just haven't seen it.
Oh, we already know that.
Yeah. You are a freak, huh?
You have never met her in person. You got to meet her in person.
No, I haven't met her in person, but I'd love to. She's so wonderful. I mean, she comes to my show all the time. So
she's real nice. Her daughter's real nice too.
She's amazing. I love her take on things. She's pretty down to earth and pretty smart.
Yeah,
I
forgot.
Play
It's been
the
so
shot
long.
that I did today of the short. All right, we've been.
Well, what do you think what is your guys? I'm going to ask each one of you to answer, but what do you think if the outcome will be if it's true that he did try to do something to himself? Is that going to delay this even further? Do you think that they're going to have to call for a competence hearing, or
I kind of almost wonder if he wants to just
plead
guilty or something.
See, that's
how he's acting. It seems like he wants to plead guilty.
Yeah, that's what it seems to me. It almost seems to me that he notices his attorneys ain't doing shit for him.
And he's been trying to plead guilty. Like, it seems like he confessed to his wife, and then I think once he did that, his wife called his attorneys, and then they said, "Oh man, we got to do something. Drool on your shirt, eat some paper, make yourself look crazy. We got to do something." But all along, he's still like, "Man, I don't know," And they just went into this whole game, and then I'm not so sure that he went out and confessed to a whole bunch of different people, and I bet it was all gibberish, like stuff like, "Oh my God," and making up totally random crap, and they're doing that to sort of muck up the original confession to make it look like it was all sort of part of this,
makes sense.
Deranged confession that he didn't really, wasn't his own. What's the term?
Wasn't in his right mind.
Coerced.
Yeah, well, not really coerced because that would be somebody else doing it, but like false confession because he was, just a false confession because he was out of his mind.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're trying to. That's why he kept confessing to anybody who would listen. But I think there was probably some early on, maybe with a psychologist and his mom and wife that are legit, that actually have information in them that only he would know.
Absolutely. And I also think something happened in his interview with Jerry Holman, because I don't understand why they want that thrown out.
Oh, the way they made it sound, was the greatest. It was just so evil on Holman's part, and he was just being bullied the whole time, but yet there was something in there.
There's something in there that they don't want.
Dude, I'm telling you.
You know what I think it is? Is they showed him the picture.
Yes.
Of the guy on the bridge, and they said, "Hey, this is you, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's me." Yep.
He slipped up. Yep. Exactly.
That's what I bet.
Exactly. No, I agree. No, I'm totally.
Well, what do you think about DNA?
I heard early on. Remember, there was that. I don't know if you've watched my show, but like I've said early on that the killer was there for about at least 20 minutes of the time Derek got there. I had a source that was sort of got information from a different prosecutor from another area, and it was like really good stuff. But he said that they got touch DNA off the shoulder of, I think, Abby's jacket, shirt, and had 5. It only had 5 of the
markers.
Yeah, markers for DNA. So the thing is it's still valuable. Let's say somehow that does not exclude him. And one marker is 1 out of 10 people have that. Then the next marker maybe 1 out of 50. So that would be 1 in 1,000, something like that. I think I made it too hard for me to do the math. But
what they're saying,
Dragons. Riley did say there was DNA when Michael Catt interviewed him.
Right. So, but if you had all 5 markers and one or 2 of them are rare, you could end up with 1 in a million, right? But then you go, well, how many people live in Carroll County? Oh, wow, less than that even. So, what are the odds that some other
people?
Well, they said they've got enough DNA to exclude people.
Exactly. That's what I think it is. You're going to exclude all these people, but it's not going to be, Richard Allen.
But then again, you've got to go back to the beginning where it was alleged that they found animal hair.
I don't believe that.
Well, but the thing is if it's touch DNA on the whether I don't know if you can ever use it to exclude people, because the problem is touch DNA like that. If it includes somebody, it would be significant.
You're right.
But if it excludes people, that DNA could be from anywhere, right?
And if it excluded him, they wouldn't have arrested him.
Yeah, but I would say if it excluded him, it still doesn't mean anything because it's only valuable if it includes him.
Right.
If it doesn't include him, she could have got the DNA when she went to McDonald's 3 days before and touched something. Now you could say, well, hey, that DNA because Richard Allen went to the McDonald's and then she got it on her shoulder, but then you'd go, but Richard Allen was there. He said he was there from 1:30 to 3:30. There was a bullet found at the crime scene that matched the ejection marks. And the DNA doesn't exclude him. All right. So that you can't, then you have to say, then that is because he was there, the DNA on the shoulder, not just some randomness of being at McDonald's. See, that's what I'm saying. It helps, but it's not really, the arrest wouldn't have to be because there was DNA on the shoulder, in my opinion.
Lockwood just said that they saw during the Indianapolis 500 an interview with Doug Carter this morning, and he's retiring.
Wow.
And if you remember right, he wasn't going to retire until this case was over.
Right.
Oh, was he at the 500?
He must know. He probably knows it's over.
I bet he knows.
I think most of
he knows.
Yeah. Most of us do. Yeah,
but I know that's what he said. He was going to stick it out until this case was over.
See, McClellan's has always told people, we just need to get this to court. Because that's the thing is once it gets there might be people out there. I bet you if you took all 12 of the Odinist wacko YouTubers out there that believe in the Odinist stuff and you put them on the jury, once they heard the real information, even some of them would go, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
mean, like we've been
saying,
there is so much that we don't know anyway.
Yes.
You know,
that's
why I'm so desperately trying to get my ass into the trial when it does happen, because I want to know the real shit.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to get in there. Yeah, I'm saying.
I want to know the real shit.
Almost day one. I've been following it since the girls went missing.
Yeah, me too.
I started covering it on Reddit long before YouTube. So I'm like, I want to know.
Well, I remember me and a few people were following it the same night you're talking about when they were missing because it started showing up all over Facebook.
Oh, it was all over?
And then we were in these groups and it was just so people didn't know what side of the bridge something was on. It was difficult because of the only limited photographs. And then eventually this one lady in one of the Facebook groups got a image from a video and it showed that forked tree shape that's behind the killer. And that changed everything for me. As soon as I saw that, I knew what side of the bridge that was on, and then I was able to then go, okay, down the hill and then look around and found that shallow portion over there. That's when I made that the flow of the crime scene flow 3 video. That was the best one.
Is that the one you gave to law enforcement?
Yeah, well, no, it was posted on. Well, here's how it worked: I was on a Facebook group, and these people said, "Hey, you better look into that Gray Hughes guy. He knows too much." Right after they always slam me for not knowing jack shit, right? They go, "Oh, he knows too much." So then I go, "Whoa, look at that." I saw they tipped me in on their Facebook page. So I commented and said, "Hey, check out this video." And then one of the investigators grabbed it and handed it to Robert Ives. And then he contacted me and said, "Hey, I think we could, if we make an arrest soon, you could help us make a graphic like this to help." But it never happened. 5 years later, there was still no arrest. And then,
hey, Gibbo, they can request all you want. They are not going to be able to shut him up.
No, he's been in there.
What are you going to do? Put an actual damn gag in his mouth to shut him up?
That's against his constitutional rights. They won't do that.
Right. I mean,
unless he's biting people, then maybe
he's taking the coffee cup and going across his door. Let me out.
It's weird when you think back. It was the first week or so seemed like a year.
Yeah.
Like I remember just how slow. Like you're just up so many hours just trying to figure something out. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it just took so long, and all the fighting.
And when they dropped that picture of Bridge Guy, oh my God.
Yeah, and don't you think like Richard Allen? So when he sees the three girls, right? When he walks in, they see him, so those three girls are incredibly important in the case, like
Yes.
massively. And then Betsy Blair is right up there too. But those three girls are huge because they place him there, and he's lying when he said 12 to 130,
Right.
because
he admitted earlier in his original statement
Right.
that he had seen the three girls.
So that they're absolutely huge.
And see, I think everybody wants details too, Melissa, but my thing that I want to know, what was the connection between the girls and Richard Allen, and what did they do or whatever happened to make him do this? That's what I want to know.
There's a connection for sure.
Well, yes, that's where you always think the Keegan-Kline, like that's the thing is like the Keegan-Kline thing has always been so strange, because you'd have to believe that a catfishing account that was supposed to meet up with the girls that day only didn't get to because some random killer killed them before that.
Right.
That's incredible. But I mean, again, the same in person that I just referred to about the prison told me that they could find no connection to
three girls.
Keegan-Kline.
Three girls.
There were four girls.
There was four girls.
There were four, but there were only three that described him, and
one
I don't know why they didn't.
One of them's really young.
Yeah, no.
The other one was like 9 years old. That's why.
One was like a kid, like super kid. Yeah, it would. People are gonna try to throw that as a defense. It's not. You can't use that as a defense. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, yeah, but you have to claim that then there's three other girls that saw him but never came forward. I mean, really, we're gonna go that route? There's three other. Yeah.
Gail's asking if some DNA from RA's property matched a bit of DNA from the scene, so LA can't exclude. No, if they got DNA from his house, it's got to completely match all markers. There's not enough markers in the sample they got from the crime scene, so they're not going to be able to compare RA's to his to get a definite match, is what I'm trying to say. Because they're not going to have complete markers from the scene, which they would have from RA's house.
Yeah, they could match those, and the five markers match Richard Allen's. If it doesn't exclude him, then that means he does have those five markers.
Right. And then they're going to look at the population.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, they look at each marker has a percentage of how many people in the population has it.
Exactly.
Right. So it might be 1 in 50,000 have this one, and then 1 in 10 have that one. So then it would be 1 in 500,000 just after two markers. And then you go to the third, multiply that times that one, the fourth, the fifth, and you could get a huge number, like 1 in 10 million, right? And then it's like, really? Yeah. Who else?
Gray, I want to ask you something. I've been wanting to ask you this for so long. Because of this bullet mess and all the people that are out there saying that the bullet was found days after and it was buried deep in the ground. What is your take? I mean, I know that that's BS, but I just want to know how you feel about it.
Well, I asked Robert Ives, because the information about the bullet was already out, and he said, "Yeah, we knew about that right away." So he's not part of the current one, so they knew about it right away, and I just think it was found right there on the ground, right during the initial investigation.
I agree.
Yeah,
I just wondered if that's what you felt or how you felt about all this stuff, and especially since Barbara McDonald's the one who came out and said on national TV that it was found, days after on an unsecured crime scene. I'm like, what? Are you
not
kidding?
true. I'm not sure.
And the bad thing about it is that we knew about a bullet way at the beginning. All of us did. But it didn't come out until Richard Allen got arrested.
It wasn't.
That's actually something I didn't know about, but I know some other people have heard about it.
It was
as a rumor.
It was a rumor at that time. Well, the reason why I stuck with it because they arrested. They didn't arrest. They took Brad Weber in and confiscated his weapon. So that told me there was a gun involved somehow if they're confiscating his weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
And Brad Weber was coming home from work.
Out of the Tobe interview where he had the bullet on his desk.
Yep.
But he's a sheriff. That to me was that wasn't a big deal.
I don't ever put any credibility into any of the stuff that the wackos talk about because it never is. There's nothing, like that Slow Joe guy. He brings everything he talks about. Remember that nefarious Becky up in the room when she slid the shirt off and knocked a book off the counter because she wanted to show the book. But she did show the book, so why she could have just handed it to him like that, right? I mean, it's just these people find the most ludicrous things because they didn't have any content. So why not just invent something?
Yeah.
There's no significance to
It's
any
so
of the
sad. Because
They
it hurts. It hurts, Becky. It
Billiken.
hurts.
They
Billiken.
look.
It
They
hurts,
look. Okay.
Kelsey.
They look for things. They look for things that make Richard Allen look guilty or innocent. These people. They look for things that only make Richard Allen look innocent. They don't look for anything that makes him look guilty. And I'm gonna say this. So, do you guys remember when the whole Elvis Fields theory was coming out? They had the sketch. Okay, so here they had the sketch of the guy. He just so happens to look like Elvis Fields. They ignored the second sketch that was in that same fucking file that looks identical to Richard Allen. They don't talk about that one. It came from the same leak. They only talk about the one that looks like Elvis Fields. They do not talk about the one that looks identical to Richard Allen at all. And there was
you know
two.
that the second sketch, the young guy sketch, that's the first one that was done. That was the sketch that was done by Betsy Blair.
The defense team was sent two other. Well, more than two. There was a few additional sketches. Yeah. The only ones that leaked were the ones that looked like they say, "Hey, this is Elvis Fields," and they had two of them leaked. One was the Elvis Fields, and the second one next to Elvis Fields, identical to Richard Allen, almost photogenically identical to Richard Allen. They don't talk about it. They don't
I think both of those photographs look like him. That's my opinion. If I'm like Doug Carter's not crazy when he says if you place them on top of each other and then drop them and you see him, that's him. And I feel that way. I feel like the young guy sketch looks like a younger Richard Allen. And depending on your age, when you're looking at someone, those girls could have thought of him as a younger guy or an old man. I mean, the young girls. And Betsy,
I think the three girls described him pretty well.
Yeah.
There's a guy out there that he passed away. Fig Solves knows him. That Doug Rice.
I remember him.
He actually had a lot of incredibly good information. Like he actually talked to one of the three girls, and he knows exactly where they passed. It's right where the trees break to go to the bridge right there.
Yeah.
And he even said in one of the screenshots that I just saw Fig Solves had was that he was she described him as a short, like a short person. All right. So that means that's out there by one of he actually interviewed one of those three girls, and she said he was really short. Okay. And in that document it says not very tall or something.
Hey Fig, how are you, my dear? It's so
Is he in here?
Yeah, he's in here.
Is he using his real name?
No.
Oh.
I swear to God, I saw Fig Solves. I swear I saw it.
Well, somebody mentioned him. I can't see.
I don't know. That's
I don't see. There he is.
He's somewhere in there. He's that's
Aunt Gull must have told you all about the bullet. Now, who's Nick Hamilton? Somebody keeps putting up Nick Hamilton in here.
Nick Hamilton is a troll. He's been a troll.
Okay.
Nick Hamilton is a defensive back for a Canadian football team. So whoever the troll is in Canada.
Oh no, there is another Nick Hamilton, but
I don't know. Is there? I don't know. I just know he's been a troll in my chat.
I know the real Nick Hamilton.
He's been a troll in my chat, so I blocked him.
Well, guys, we're at an hour and 35 minutes.
Already?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I always battled with Doug Rice because he also said a lot of really crazy things that you can still find too. But he did, when you go back, he did have some really good information that turned out to be true.
He did a lot of boots on the ground talking to people where he, went door to door and was talking to people. And I think he found out a lot of relevant information. And even though maybe all of his information wasn't spot on, as you said, he got some really good information back then. He was very well respected for the most part on Reddit, except for the crazy trolls that want to stick with their own POIs that won't ever look past that. So,
but I do believe now that they've got a mugshot of Richard Allen. I bet they picked him out of a photo lineup too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I have absolutely no qualms with the girls have probably been shown
Yeah.
a photo lineup or whatever with him in it.
The defense isn't going to ever bring up anything that hurts their client. Like everything they bring up is just these stories. That whole Odin document. Look how it affected so many people that's brains don't work very well. They were like, oh wow, look at this, ooh ooh ooh, and everybody's really excited about it, but they never talk about the actual answer. Sometimes, like they'll say they'll bring up something, and there's actually an answer like 2 paragraphs later, but they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to bring up the part that helps them in some way.
Just like the Odinist theory, they're laying that at the feet of the 3 officers out of, is it Rushville? And and they're laying it down at the feet of them. These guys firmly believed this, and this is who's responsible, even though the ISP, the Delphi police, the Carroll County police, and the FBI all involved, and none of them believed it. You've got 3 officers, and you've got all these other jurisdictions. Who are you going to go with? And
that I bet you that Todd Click doesn't do well at the parties.
No.
I mean, Jesus, like a little. I mean, are you kidding me? Like this guy's throwing his shit into the ring after they finally find the actual killer, and he goes, "Hey, what about my work, you guys? You guys didn't give enough credit. Now here's what I have." And
what did Holman tell you? I'm not interested in your information.
Yeah, the guy.
Why did they put him up there in the first place?
Right.
The stand.
Yeah.
After he says all this shit over the years, then he comes back and comes out, law enforcement doesn't believe it's Odinism. Then he goes into Allen County and rebukes what he said there, and then rebukes.
Why didn't he arrest Elvis?
I'm like, they didn't have nothing on Elvis Fields.
I know exactly.
Right.
He's got the mind of a 6-year-old. You guys, come on.
Okay, you're the Rushville police guy. Why don't you arrest Elvis Fields? Like, shut up.
No, but the thing is, that's the whole thing. That's the whole weird part, though.
So we're cop bashing now. Is that right? I don't think we're cop bashing. We're just speaking truth here on the things that he said.
No, that's not cop bashing.
Neither am I.
I'm pro law enforcement. I don't cop bash.
I have no problem. I'll cop bash, but only if it's a warrant.
So here's where it all ends up being: it's all a conspiracy. That's where you have to go. The fact that they didn't arrest any of the Odinists, none of those people were arrested, and the reason they weren't arrested is because they permeate the entire Indiana State Police Department, the FBI, the Sheriff's Department. There's an Odinist everywhere, so they tried to cover up for the real killers that were Odinists, so that and then pinned it on Richard Allen. They must have snuck into Richard Allen's house like the night before the murders, knowing that 2 of their Odinist brethren were going to commit these murders, and then eject a bullet from his gun, right, and then sneak out to the crime scene and place it where they knew this was going to take place. And then,
right, I mean,
yeah, it's amazing the cover-up ability of these. So that's where it goes. It goes the only out for people who believe it's Odinist is that they believe it's a massive cover-up to protect other Odinists. And then that's why they brought the guy with the patches. Ooh, look at that. They showed up even in the prison.
So my God, what, 7 years it took them to decide to use the Odinist angle?
Right. Yeah, they finally went, okay, it's time now. Right after they were looking at Keegan Kline, for God's sake.
I know.
Wouldn't Keegan Kline have been?
When Ron Logan was in jail.
Yeah. Think how easy this thing would have been to pin on Keegan Kline and take the rap for.
Exactly.
Or Ron Logan after he died. Why wouldn't they? You know what?
After Ron Logan was dead and buried, why didn't they come out and say he was an Odinist? He had Odin parties.
Oh, you guys forgot. You guys forgot though. Ron Logan was in witness protection down in Florida all those years.
Oh yeah, come on. Why blame?
Crime to Sleep says, why haven't the Odinists kept on killing if they've got away with sacrificing the girls? Bingo.
Fig put it out there. There has never been a sacrificial murder in the history of mankind
that we know of.
That we know of.
By Odinists. Come on.
That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. that we know of. They've been really secretive about it.
Okay.
Look how they covered up this one.
And why
Yeah.
would white supremacists kill 2 white girls?
Yeah.
And then the fiend seems to think it's Brad Holder.
No.
Look at Brad Holder back in 2017. 280 pounds at least, bald-headed, and a great big beard down the middle of his chest.
I was just going to say, I read that wrong. I was like, Gray doesn't believe it's Brad Holder. What?
Give me a second, guys.
I know better.
Yeah.
If people were standing in the cemetery and they saw them coming out of the cemetery, but they didn't see Brad Holder or anybody like that coming out.
Brad Holder's a giant, dude.
Yeah.
You would have seen the damn dude. Like, come on.
And,
really?
and also the Elvis Fields guy, right?
Elvis Fields.
Think about how weird this is. Like they go, hey, there's these people that were driving around and they saw somebody that looked like Elvis Fields at 7:30 in the morning.
But Elvis Fields can't drive.
So we got to say this. Elvis Fields for 5.5 6 hours just sat around smoking joints or whatever and waiting for somebody to cross the bridge. Wouldn't they have had it timed up a little better? Like if that guy was there at 1:28 or something, I'd be like, well, that's more interesting.
Yeah.
Not 7:30 in the morning.
Elvis Fields couldn't even drive.
No, somebody would have had to have gotten him there. Where were they?
2.5 hours away. Yeah. Really? Come on. Let's be realistic.
Right.
Let's be real.
And he's got his brain doesn't work good, right? He's like
he's got the mentality of a 6 or 7 year old.
He's stupid.
Right. So it's a perfect person to do false confessions and just be or just do what anybody wants him to say or do. And
right.
Well, like I said, if the person can't drive, somebody else drive, they would park right there to the cemetery.
But okay, you have to. There's a fault in the story because remember where the Libby and Abby, the trip to the bridge was last minute. The most notice anybody would have was like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Elvis Fields and then lived 2 hours away. It doesn't add up. There's no way.
No.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's always been kind of weird about that whole thing is like it almost feels like it could have been last minute, but it's also right. I mean that's what I was always told. But there was a time where Derek leaves the house and they didn't go, "Hey, can we get a ride, Dad?" Because he'll do anything for Libby. You know, can we get a ride? And they didn't say that. He leaves probably at like 1:15, 1:20. And then just a few minutes after that, like Kelsey's going to go, hey, can we get a ride? And she goes, yeah, but you guys need to find a ride back because I'm, and so they quickly leave with her. So you wonder if there was some sort of a Snapchat communication with somebody really quick saying, hey, I'm going to be out the bridge. And they're like, hey, can we get a ride? And they got a quick ride with Kelsey there. And the dad was going to pick him up around 1.5 to 2 hours after he left, which turns out to be about 3:15 to 3:30, but it was 3:15 when he got there. And I don't know. To me, it seems like I think it's possible somebody knew that they were going to go there. I mean, Richard Allen had his head down. He seemed like he was on a mission, really hustling. And he gets to the bridge right before they got there. But, there's so many arguments you can make because it's luck regardless of if it's planned or he was just hunting for a victim. He got totally lucky in terms of the killer's point of view that there was not another soul in the park right after Abby and Libby got on that bridge and Betsy Blair headed the other direction. He was all alone with them. It could have easily been that there were 4 more people on the bridge walking across. There could have been people over here. So that speaks to somebody that got lucky. He was waiting for an opportunity, and those are the 2 girls that fit into his trap, and he went after them. But it could be that he went there for them and just got lucky because he would have just had to call it off. He might have been there a million times and had to call it off because, there were people around and it just wasn't going to work. But this was his time. Right?
See, and that's why I still believe that he was already at the south end of the bridge when the girls came across. Because he could see directly down to the north end and see if there's anybody else coming onto the bridge.
He would have to stand up the north end because see if anybody's coming on that trail.
Yeah. I'm a northwest sider.
I think he went on the deer trail on the north side. I think he stepped off of platform 1, walked right back off the bridge, and went on that deer path that goes right down to the crime scene, and stood there and waited for them.
Well, like I said,
and then went back on No, but
And
he
then
had to
went
go
back on the bridge. Once they went
Right.
out on the bridge, then
Okay.
he went out on the bridge.
So he's back in those woods somewhere. You just can't see him in
Yes.
the video.
Yeah.
Because
There's a deer trail that
Yeah, I've
goes
been on
right
that.
down.
I went on
there was a deer tree stand that he can sit on and
Yeah.
watch.
Yes, there was.
There was a
And
deer
you can
tree
see,
stand there.
and then he'll hop down once they saw them walk on the bridge. He could just gone over the north end, stand there, and make sure nobody is coming, and take the opportunity to start going when they took off.
Yeah, I just think he walked back down. It doesn't really matter, but I just think he walked down the trail. He could see both directions really well. Then he saw the girls make it further out. Then he started making his move when they were about halfway across, and the girls probably even looked back and saw him, but they went, "Hey, I don't want to cross him, pass him on the bridge." So they went all the way to the end, hoping he would turn around at some point. He never did. I mean, that's the part that always freaks me out, is just thinking, like, all of us in our lives have had one of those moments where we're absolutely freaked out that something horrible is about to happen, and then it wasn't bad. In their case, they didn't have that reprieve. It got worse and worse
And worse.
and worse, and even one of them got to see the other one get killed. I mean, it's just a freaking absolute nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, the first time I had ever been out there, the tree stand or the deer stands were out there. First time I ever went out there. They're not out there anymore, though.
No.
Question, Gray. So, do you believe that Richard Allen catfished these girls?
Well, that's the thing, is I don't have any evidence of it at all.
Well, what is your opinion?
Well, I think it's all I can say is I think it's possible that somebody that had access to the Dropbox account, maybe that was a place where people would share who's going to be where and different girls and things, and maybe somebody that had access to that let him know, but perhaps like analog, like in person, or like, hey, tomorrow these two girls might be, I don't know. It's one of those things where they haven't been able to find any connection digitally, but you can avoid all that just by speaking and nobody's saying anything. Like if somebody's, so I just think it's possible.
Whatever they got, that will show him all the way through the process.
The rumor is that he sexually assaulted other girls. If that is true, or molested other girls, whatever that may mean to him, if that rumor is true and turns out to be true, and I was thinking the most awful thoughts, but what if his daughter was one of those people, because that's quite possible as well.
Yeah.
Then, he could have a deep, dark, secret life that none of us are even aware of or privy to, but law enforcement may have uncovered since his arrest.
Well, that's actually one of the theories that we've had on my channel. Like the thing is the daughter got engaged in November of 2016.
Yep.
Right. So now, my daughter's leaving, and you see the picture of her laying on the bed with the tie-dye shirt, and then the other one on the bridge.
That is kind of weird, isn't it?
I mean, those are creepy, right? And then then there's also rumors out there that are
the one
higher level than a rumor, is that like maybe the fiance is the one that put the tip in that led to the name of Richard Allen, who then that's how they found him. Like they say they looked through old tips, right? Well, why were they looking through those old tips? Because they have a name they're looking for. Exactly. It's not like they already have the name, and they finally found the one reference to him, and they were probably just shocked out of their mind when they read, oh shit, he was there from 1:30 to 3:30. And
then when they saw his picture and realized, holy crap, look at this guy. Look at Bridge Guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That guy, what's his name? I don't know why I can't remember his name. The guy that interviewed him, he's not popping in my head. Dan Doolin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your duh sound actually got me to remember Dan Doolin. you went duh. Oh, Dan Doolin. Yeah. That guy. I don't know what the deal is with that guy, but man,
he thought the three girls were the most important.
Right. What was his?
Why he wrote that down? He said we need to look up. We need to go back or whatever it was he wrote down. We need to check out these three girls.
How come
Hello, what about the guy
clicked?
standing right in front of you?
But you think somebody would have clicked at some point, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
he sees the picture of the guy on the bridge. Well, that's what I was going to say earlier. Do you guys think that, so he sees the three girls, and then he's probably sitting around going, God, do they recognize me? Because I work at CVS Pharmacy. I wonder if they recognize me. But then they put the picture out of the guy on the bridge. Now, I don't know when he came forward, but that picture was put out in 2 or 3 days. It was right away. And he may have seen that and tried to get ahead of it to call
Yeah,
them.
it was released on the 15th.
So the very next day. Okay, so then you could see, or 2 days later. So he could.
I think the picture is exactly what brought him forward. I guarantee you,
Yeah.
I would be surprised to find out he came forward before that.
I'd love to know the actual dates of that shit, because I mean, that would
Same.
be huge, because that is such a telling thing that he sees his picture, he comes forward, and guess what? What if Dan Doolin, at the very first time when he said, yeah, I was there from 1:30 to 3:30, and he goes, yeah, we know that. We've got this picture of you right here. We have a trail camera on the end of the bridge. See this right here? And you go, yeah, that was me. Yeah, I was out there. Oh, boom. Put your hands behind your back. Arrest.
Yeah,
That's on Libby's phone.
that makes a lot of sense, though.
Sadly,
would've nailed
Maria
him.
or
They would've nailed
Veronica,
him.
there's a lot of mothers out there that refuse to believe it. So she could love her daughter very much, but if she didn't know about it, she may also be refusing to believe it.
Somebody asked if it was premeditated or if it was spur of the moment. To me, with having a gun and a knife, that's almost like premeditation. Why would you go out to a bridge with a knife and a gun if there's nothing
he
out there?
was already ready to kill somebody that day.
That's what it seemed like to me. I mean, we'll never know unless he comes out and tells
Well,
us
I
everything
think
that happened.
in court, I think it'll come out. Well, they're going to come out whether or not he carried, was he known to carry his weapon when he went places outside of the house? In Indiana, people do it all the time. So was he one of those, or did he not do that? That will be telling.
All right, guys, we're hitting the 2-hour mark.
Well, hey, thanks
Already?
for having me on.
Yeah,
Thanks for
great.
coming up,
Hey,
Gray.
no problem, man. It's nice to have you up here.
I'm glad you realized that we were pro Gray and we weren't bashing you.
Oh, that's
No,
okay. No,
no,
I was
no.
just, I had some issues with some people in there, but that's okay.
That's okay.
We all do.
I can't let it go. I can't let it go.
It is
It's
what
okay.
it is.
It's okay. It's okay. We
But-
here in this part of the Delphi land, we're all about Abby and Libby and
Right.
trying to keep things real and not creating
Absolutely.
drama.
Right.
And
Well, there you
putting
go.
out bullshit. Hold on. I ain't
What?
done yet.
What do you mean?
Then we are all on the same team.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are on the
we-
same
exactly.
team.
We all are.
Okay.
I
We are.
always start my show with this and I end my show with this. This is what it's about.
Those two beautiful girls.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
But I do want to thank Gray, Kristen, Frosty,
Of course.
Troll Shovel. Got to keep his name quiet. Appreciate you guys coming up. And for Coach Kev for the $10 super sticker, greatly appreciated. And to all my mods, love all you ladies out there. Thank you for keeping my chat in line. Until next time, guys, you know what time
Thanks,
it is.
everybody.
All right,
Good
see
to
ya.
see you all.
All right,
Peace
guys.
out.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
One night, one love, guys. Good night.
Happy Sunday. Be safe out there.